It's time for the Splash Live from Civic Center TV, featuring stories from and about people like you in the greater West Bloomfield area. Simulcast on cable, 89.3 Lakes FM, social media, and the web. Now live from Green Media Center on Walnut Lake Road, it's the Splash Live.
Live, local, social, it's the Splash Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. Thank you for joining us. I'm your host, Kevin McIntosh, with another day, another opportunity to talk to the community. Starting off with data showing us how third and fourth grade test scores in Oakland County vary amongst demographic groups. Now, new data from Oakland County highlights significant disparities in third and fourth grade English proficiency scores in the 2023-2024 school year. They're saying over 52% of third graders scored below proficiency in reading, with African American students faring the worst at 77.6%, followed by 63% of Hispanic students. Now, economic disadvantage does play a large role also, with 73% of economically disadvantaged students scoring below proficiency, compared to 39% for their wealthier peers. Now, while fourth grade scores improved all across the board, the gap still remains significant for African American students, English learners, and students with disabilities. For more information, you can read the full article along with other data-based stories about Oakland County schools, voting information, and more. Go to the Oakland County Times website, oaklandcounty115.com, for more information regarding that. Now, as we fall into the school year, we're falling into the autumn season. It's in full swing right now, but some in our community are getting a little ahead of themselves, don't you think? Turkeys have been spotted at the West Bloomfield main library. If you're watching on Civic Center TV right now, you can see these jive turkeys taking over our community. They paid a visit earlier this week to our West Bloomfield main library. Maybe they went to look at some of these library enthusiast signs. Maybe they went to pick up a book on how not to get cooked. It's not gonna happen, buddy. But if you are interested in one of these beautiful library enthusiast yard signs that these turkeys obviously love so much, you can pick one up at the West Bloomfield Township main library, or you can go to the West Acres branch as well. Check out that photo with the turkeys as well on their Facebook page at West Bloom LIB for more information, or to check out that content, I should say. There's more news from the library that could affect you early next week. That's on Monday, October 14th, by the way. The drive-up circle right there at the main library, yeah, it'll be closed for construction, all right? This will impact the drive-up window, the drop-off bins, and the donation bins for the Friends of the Library, by the way. The project will begin 3 weeks of construction, as crews will be working to replace part of the main library roofing, by the way. You can still pick up your held materials at the main library lobby. You can also make your returns there, right in the lobby. But just to let you know, materials may be returned inside during the main library during open hours, or to the West Acres branch exterior return bin. So if you don't want to get out the car, you can go to the West Acres branch as well. For updates, just make it easier. Follow the library on their Facebook page. We know you have it. West Bloom LIB on Facebook for more regarding that construction. Sylvan Lake veterans, we should say, they'll be actually coming back together real soon for their monthly visit, and this will be in Keego Harbor, by the way, Thursday, October 17th, 8:30 to 10 a.m. at Lakeview Dental in Keego Harbor, over by the post office, in case you aren't familiar. They are once again supporting a family-owned local business while connecting people who have served our country right across the Lakes area. If you would like to attend, if you have questions about these veteran get-togethers, please feel free to reach out to Kelly Kraus. She don't mind us telling you to contact her from Sylvan Lake, or you can comment on her Facebook post that talks about this actual get-together itself. It's in the Sylvan Lake What's Going On Facebook group. Sylvan Lake What's Going On. Search that in Facebook, and it also includes a phone number where you can contact her directly. And then make sure you stay tuned, because their next meetup in November is planned for Gino's Pizzeria and Restaurant. you had me at pizza, Gino. So look forward to that right there in Sylvan Lake. Moving on back into the West Bloomfield area, our West Bloomfield Lakers looking to take on the Oxford Wildcats tomorrow. They are coming off the momentum of their first road victory of the season. The West Bloomfield Lakers varsity football team will be hosting the final home game of the season, by the way. The 4-2 Oxford Wildcats will be coming to the swamp of West Bloomfield High School. This will be Thursday, October 10th at 7. I said Thursday, October 10th at 7. This game is scheduled for Thursday evening instead of Friday evening in observance of Yom Kippur. So that's a note right there. The Wildcats are coming off a 3-game winning streak, and they're looking to make it 4 wins in a row. And they are fighting for that number 1 spot in the OAA Red division against Clarkston, by the way, but West Bloomfield Lakers are looking to spoil that. And we actually had our very own Tyler Keefe, who took some time out to go out there and speak to our Lakers.
A really big season so far in these first 6 games. What's that experience been like for you to kind of take that leading role in this offense in 2024?
It's just been good for me, you know, knowing I can always do these type of things and being able to just show what I can do to other people and most importantly proving myself right.
A lot of these expectations for this performance were right on par with what people were really expecting from you last season. And the way things shook out with so many weapons on that offense, you didn't get quite as many touches. So how did last season sort of inform your approach to this season?
I think last season, although it didn't go my way, it opened my eyes a lot and what I need to do better and how I face adversity whenever it comes to like me taking a step back in terms of my role, because last year I was really mostly a blocker, so it just gave me a better perspective on what I need to do to be better.
Let's not discount that last season either, because, like you said, mostly a blocking running back in 2023. But with the weapons you had in the backfield last season, especially Cam Flowers leading the team in all-purpose yards, those blocks were critical. So how did that also sort of show you a different perspective on the position of running back to make you even more effective now as the senior?
Oh, yeah, for sure. It made me an all-around running back for sure. I was never used to blocking. I was always used to getting the ball. Before that, because my sophomore year, I was a littler back, so they didn't trust me out there to block. And my freshman year, your freshman year, it's all about getting the ball. So just my junior year, just being a blocker, it kind of just helped me it forced me to be a complete running back.
And a complete running back is exactly what Josh Tate has been in 2024, especially last week, over 200 yards rushing against one of the best rushing defenses in the OAA Red Division. 205 yards on the ground. You had 187 total in 2023. So take us through last week's game, because not only did you surpass your single season yardage in one game, you also had doubled your single season touchdowns from this season in that game against Lake Orion. What was that experience like for you?
That experience was good. Coming into that game, I was sick. I woke up that morning with a fever like 102, 103. So that's why, like, when you said I was exasperated, I was really like I really couldn't breathe. So that kind of forced me to it kind of gave me a bigger motivation to just go out there and just like do what I know I can do. So yeah.
We need to get Scottie Pippen on the sideline for him next time if he's going to go out and have a Jordan flu game like that against a team like Lake Orion. And so now that you're bringing that sort of thunder in the backfield to this offense,
yes,
knowing the kind of weapons this offense has, how has it helped you kind of develop those younger players in the backfield with you, guys like Nate Herbert who are coming up, guys like Devin James who are developing into a really good running back also, and still getting Cam Flowers involved?
Mm-hmm. No, for sure. We have some of the best weapons in the state, and as long as we use them correctly, we could be a great force. So yeah.
It's been a run-heavy team, but in the past few weeks, that passing game's really gotten involved too. How do you believe that versatility that you just talked about, the number of weapons we have on this team in West Bloomfield in 2024 and the development of this offense is going to help that offense take that next step going forward?
Well, personally, I believe that we have the best offense in the state. So I feel like once we got our rhythm going in the passing game, like I knew that once everything clicked, we can't be stopped on offense. because we have the most weapons. I think we have the best O-line, and I think we have the best receiving core. And I feel like I'm one of the best backs in the state. So I feel like if we all believe that, and if we all believe that we are the best players that we can be when we step on the field, we can't be stopped at all.
Do you think last week was a turning point for this team with its youth and also with the senior leadership to see that you can contend not only in the red, but with some of the best teams in the state?
Yeah. That last week was a big eye opener. When we lost to Clarkston, it was like that was the biggest eye opener, because it was like, if we don't win this next game, as seniors our high school career is over. So, we just took that to heart, and it forced us to be better.
Everybody was better. 199 yards in the air for Bo Jackson, over 200 on the ground for Joshua Tate, and the Lakers put 49 points up against Lake Orion, a team that rarely allowed more than 2 or 3 touchdowns in this 2024 season, let alone last season. Josh, any lasting thoughts before you come into another tough game against another really tough defense, especially in that front 7 against Oxford?
As long as we play like how we did last week, I think we should be good. So yeah, I don't think we need to change anything. I think, well, obviously you need to change some things, but as far as our mentality, I think we should be great.
We'd be remiss if we didn't talk about your rushing season this season and those front 5 you got in front of you. How critical have they been to making this offense take that next step?
I'm nothing without them. I am nothing without them. So, it's just like having those group of guys in front of me, blocking for me, protecting me. That's the biggest blessing I could ever ask for.
We talk about the yards, we talk about the touchdowns. No bigger smile than when we bring up that offensive line. That's how you know you got a bona fide playmaker in the backfield in WB. Josh, thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, let's go. I'm hyped up right now. Great interview from Tyler Keefe talking to Joshua Tate as they get ready to host their last home game of the season against the Oxford Wildcats. Tomorrow, Thursday, October 10th, 7 p.m. We will see you there with live game coverage, pregame and postgame, CivicCenterTV.com for more information. And WB Parks are actually pushing their own initiative out here. It's called Leave the Leaves, and it's for a great cause. I don't have the intelligence to break it down. That's why we are being joined right now by WB Parks naturalist supervisor Lauren Azuri to talk a little bit more about this initiative. Thank you for joining us, Lauren. And can you just tell us how skipping these traditional yard work that we do in the fall can actually have a positive impact on our local ecosystem?
Right. So first you touched on why we need the pollinators. Like, why is it important that we do this for pollinators?
Please.
And you said a third. So basically, if you can imagine, 1 in 3 bites of your food is produced by a pollinator. So if it has a seed, any fruit or vegetable, grains have seeds eventually, right, to make the bread, all those things. So 1 in 3 bites of your food has to be produced by pollinators. So selfishly, humans need pollinators, but our ecosystem also needs pollinators to continue to produce plants. They visit one plant, get the pollen on their legs, and visit the next plant and transfer. And so without pollinators, we would not have all of our plants reproducing and growing either. So for food and plants, it's important. But why fall, though, you mentioned. So leave the leaves. That's a big phrase that has kind of hit pop culture, which is great. We have this idea of these green manicured lawns that, we brought with us from Europe long ago, and really we need to rethink that, because a lawn is a food desert. It does nothing for ourselves, and it does nothing for our pollinators or our ecosystems. So one small thing you can do, and it saves you guys yourselves work and time as well, is to leave your leaves. And that's because important pollinators like moths and fireflies and butterflies, bees, use these leaves to overwinter in. So here's a great example. I've got here an old nest, an old cocoon. So this is what it might look like. It is encased in dead leaves. So they utilize all those dead leaves on the ground, cover themselves in their cocoon, they overwinter, and then they emerge as a moth in the spring. So if you rake up this, which you wouldn't even know that it's a cocoon really, because it's covered in moths. If you rake this up, there's no chance for it to and then you're sending it to a landfill. There's no chance for that moth to survive in the spring. And so basically, when we're raking up these leaves and getting rid of them and taking them off of our property and putting them into landfills, there's no more homes for them, and they can't even grow or reproduce.
Oh, wow. I've seen that thing in some leaves before. I thought it was just like cotton or something. Like, how did cotton get in my leaves? But no, that's kind of, that's interesting that you point that out. So we have pollinators who try to make our leaves, our dead leaves, their habitat. Another thing that you said real quick, are you saying that grass is essentially serves no purpose, it's just for aesthetic purposes?
Very, very true. Yes. No grass that we plant in Michigan in your lawns is from here. It's not a native species. It's not utilized by nature. It's just for aesthetics and looks.
Okay.
There's plenty of other native grasses you can plant that grow a little taller and have a lot more use. But yeah, generally speaking, your regular lawn grass is no use to nature.
Today years old, right? Okay, interesting. So, are there any other things that homeowners can do besides not pick up their leaves in their home to kind of help that pollinator population?
Yeah, the other thing is just leave your seed heads. So the seed heads that we tend to think of as like, oh, we need to cut these down. It's not pretty. They're done growing. So they're done for us, for our beauty for the moment, right? But they're not done for nature. So a lot of seed heads will have seeds in them. So that's a perfect overwintering bird feeder food. So if you put out bird feeders, that's great. But why not just use nature and leave your seed heads for them to eat? And then the other thing you can do is leaving hollow stems. So if you notice your plant, you start to cut a plant back and it's got a hollow stem, that's a perfect place for our solitary native bees to overwinter in. And so they prefer hollow stems that are more narrow. So if you grow bee balm or goldenrod, they would overwinter in those stems and use that to stay safe all winter long. So keeping those hollow stems up for them all winter, as well as leaving your seed heads up, help too.
Wow, I'm really sitting here like, wow, really? Like, you can just see it on my face. I'm like, wait, what? That's very.
Well, and I'm saving you work. You don't have to do all this hard work in the fall, right? And it's good for nature. Just tell your neighbors what you're doing, and they'll know why. The other thing too to clarify though is you don't have to leave these leaves all over your lawn if you don't love it.
Okay.
Bring them into your garden. You know, you can still move them to your garden if that's your. Ideally, you just leave them where they lay. Mother Nature does it all the time in the forest. But if you want to move your leaves into your garden beds, it's free mulch. You don't have to go buy the chemical treated mulch at the garden center. You use the leaves. It breaks down and feeds your soil. So it's double purpose.
Oh, you are bringing the game today, Lauren. We appreciate. That's why we have
money,
you.
work.
Yeah, that's why we have you with us right here live on the Splash. Park Naturalist Supervisor for WB Parks, West Bloomfield Parks, Lauren Azori, telling us about fall pollinators and what we can do to help their population. Now, just a few more questions before we let you go. Essentially, how has the Minute with Nature series contributed to environmental education in West Bloomfield from your perspective?
Yeah, I love the Minute with Nature series. It's just another great way to reach an audience. So any way that we can slip in nature education or get people excited about what they can find in their backyards helps to inspire them to protect it and make action that is positive for the environment. So that's just another way. We love to program in person. We love to meet people and have you come visit the nature room or come to one of our programs. But Minute with Nature are these quick little blips of good techniques and advice to do in your home and just a few new things to learn. And it's a quick way to reach a different audience.
Nice. Now, I can't remember if I asked you this question, so I want to back up a little bit. Are there any other specific plants or species that people can plant and try to cultivate so that they can also help with the pollinators?
Yeah, so fall species that bloom in the fall are really important. Everyone loves a good mum, right? You see them all sold on the roadsides and all of that, but those don't really feed our pollinators in the fall. So migrating monarchs and many other animals need nectar at the end of the year, not just in the spring and summer when most flowers bloom. So think about goldenrod, think about different asters, think about bee balm as some great late flowering plants that you can put in your garden so that you have color year round, even throughout the fall, and you are helping the pollinators as well.
Nice. Great for giving us that additional information, Lauren. And before we let you go, just essentially any other additional tips, information, or resources for people who want to find out more about pollinating in the fall?
Yeah, we offer a lot of great programs here at West Bloomfield Park, so always check out our program options at weparks.org. We also work closely with Plants for Ecology, who provide a lot of great true native growers and native species that you can purchase and put into your garden. So every little bit you can do helps. And then also, I love gardening with wildlife. You can look at how to make a certified wildlife habitat through National Wildlife Federation, and they've got great tips on there. And one of the things in order to certify your backyard as a wildlife habitat is to have species of plants that grow spring, summer, and fall, like we just talked about.
Nice. All right. Hey, thank you so much again for all of that mind-blowing information that we all need to use and utilize for the fall season. Once again, from WB Parks, West Bloomfield Parks Naturalist Supervisor, Lauren Azori, ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
Thank you.
By the way, if you are listening on 89.3 Lakes FM, I highly suggest you rewatch that video on civiccentertv.com on our on-demand tab. That thing that she showed with the moths living there, first of all, I didn't even know moths live in there, but it's very, very important for you to see what that looks like so you don't destroy it if you decide to clean up your leaves this week. So civiccentertv.com to check that full interview out, and go to WB Parks on Facebook to get more information in regards to their initiative, Leave the Leaves. Now, there is a local event coming to West Bloomfield that's aiming to raise funds for the Hot Pink Helpers. What is the Hot Pink Helpers? It's a Michigan-based cancer foundation, and this event is happening Saturday, October 26th. With us right here live on the Splash to give us more information and details about this event, we have master trainer and Zumba education specialist and event co-coordinator for this event, Stephanie Haley. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I can't wait for this event.
Yeah, I appreciate you for being here. Let's just start off by giving you the opportunity to talk about this event and the full details.
Yeah, so Powerhouse West Bloomfield is our gracious host. They are setting up all of our decorations and donating the space. One of our group fitness leaders, Tiffany Thorne, she's one of our coordinators with the group fitness industry through Powerhouse, but she is a young mom of 2 young kids. And this past fall, she battled breast cancer and beat it. So what she wanted to do is have a big party in pink to raise funds and help others that are going through that journey, because there's so many that need extra help because insurance is not quite as helpful as it can be in many situations, or people get too sick, they have to support their families. So what we're doing is trying to get some funds to help other people that are going through that journey and make that just a little bit more bearable on that side of things while having fun in a community setting and getting fit while we're doing it.
Yeah. You can a lot of different birds with one stone, actually getting that done. Physical activity, great social event and all. And I love that. But I got to ask you, as a master trainer, Zumba education specialist, what inspired you to co-coordinate this event and partner with the Hot Pink Helpers?
Yeah, so being a group fitness instructor isn't just about leading a class. It's about the community and also giving back. So this is one thing that Zumba Home Office has coordinated, these things called Zumbathons. So we have dance fitness, but we're also integrating the other 2 formats that we have through Zumba. So we have Strong Nation, which is a body weight hip-based program, which is amazing. We're gonna start out with 30 minutes of that.
Okay.
Then we're gonna do an hour-long dancing session, and then we're gonna end with circle mobility to restore the body and kind of bring us down before we go home and go to bed at night. So I just wanted to bring that community setting and kind of get everybody from all these different modalities that teach in the area to come together and just band together for one good, positive, just fundraiser.
Man, when you mentioned dancing for an hour straight, I can't remember the last time I just danced for an hour straight. You got to have a lot of energy for that, but that's also a great way to work out. I love that. With us right here live on the Splash, we have master trainer, Zumba education specialist, and event co-coordinator for the Zumbathon coming October 26th. We have Stephanie Haley joining us on here, telling us about this event, the purpose, and why she joined to collab with the Hot Pink Helpers. How do you see fitness events like this impacting not only physical health and fitness, but also emotional well-being, especially in those that are affected by cancer?
Yeah, so keeping active is key in mental awareness because it's so easy to go down that rabbit hole of depression and just sit in a diagnosis. But we know that the people that are battling are more than a diagnosis, and they need that community. They need to move their body, release those endorphins for positive, just mental awareness as well. So whether you're currently battling or you know somebody who's battling and you just want to take out the frustration in some positive movement, this is the place for you to be.
There it is. No, I completely agree. And most people who work out consistently can just advocate for that. It does the physical body right, but it gets your mentality together. That's why a lot of people work out in the morning. They start the day off with a clear mind and things of that nature. So I'm glad you coordinated and put that together also. Could you talk about, if I'm not mistaken, there's a raffle being done at the event also. Can you share more about the raffle and the prizes and how they contribute to the overall fundraising efforts?
Yeah, so each instructor is going to be bringing a gift basket of some sorts, and every participant is going to get one raffle ticket.
Okay.
But if you can also purchase more at the event, so via cash, Venmo, PayPal, we have different ways that you can purchase more, and then you can put the ticket in the basket that you're trying to win. And then in between Zumba and Circle Mobility, we'll draw the winners, so they get to take home their gift basket, and all money raised, 100% of it is going to helpers.
There we go. Yay. That's what 100%, not part of the proceeds, not a portion, 100. There you go. So you know if you are attending this and you are donating and you are, participating, ultimately you are doing it for a great cause. With us right here live on The Splash, Master Trainer, Zumba Education Specialist, and Event Co-Coordinator Stephanie Haley, talking about this Zumba-thon happening Saturday, October 26th at the Powerhouse Gym in West Bloomfield also. Have you received any response from the local fitness community about this event or just in general about how they come together to support this cause?
Yeah, we have many instructors from all over. Some are powerhouse instructors, others are guest instructors from other gyms. And a lot of times people say, oh, I'm a member of this gym, or my instructor only teaches at this gym. And it seems like it's a rivalry, but it's not. So we work together and it's for the community. It's not a this gym versus that gym. So we have instructors coming from all over. We have participants from all over the state that are coming. So we're hoping to pack the house and raise some money for a good cause and just all kind of forgetting about any kind of rivalry or crud that's going on in the world and let loose and dance together.
Yeah. We don't want to think about whose gym is better, who lift the better. We don't care about that. We're coming together for a good cause and for a good reason also. And with that being said, for people who are interested in maybe contributing, donating to this great cause, but maybe they can't physically attend this event, can you tell us more about the logistics of the donation process?
Yeah, there's a few different ways to donate. You can always donate directly to Hot Pink Helpers, but if you want to go through us, so we have like a grand total of how much benefit we have from the fundraiser on the ticket link. There is also a donation-only ticket, and if you wanted to donate $100, then you'd put the quantity to 5. So you can donate through that link. If you don't have PayPal or you want to donate through me, then you can also reach out to me. My email is on the flyer as well, and we can take Venmo if you want to send a cash, check, whatever the case may be, and we'll just add it into the total.
Perfect. Many different ways, many different channels for people to donate and contribute if you are interested, even if you aren't able to actually attend on October 26th, 6:30 p.m. to 9 p.m., by the way, Powerhouse Gym, West Bloomfield. Just another question or two before I let you go, Stephanie. How do you feel like events like this will raise awareness about the financial and emotional struggles that families face during their cancer journey?
Yeah, the more people talk, the more you just get out there into the world, whether it's social media, bringing a friend to the event. And the way that we are just aware of things, because we have social media, we're able to reach more people. So whether or not they actually come to the event, maybe they see the after effects of the event, maybe they see their friend dancing and sweating and having a good time with their friends. There's just all kinds to coming together when you're in a fundraiser setting or just in a community setting, that hopefully they'll tell their friend about it, bring their friend next year, and each year it'll continue to get bigger and bigger and bigger, so we can continue to raise funds and support people in the area. And it's not like we're just sending this away to a random place where we think, oh, it might benefit breast cancer survivors. No, this is all staying local. This is a Michigan-based 501c3, and it's all to benefit the people that are fighting right here next to you. Maybe it's your neighbor.
Yep, that's why we have you here. Once again, Stephanie, before we let you go, give out the final details of the event, when it is, location, and things of that nature, please.
Yeah, so Saturday, October 26th, 6:30 p.m. We're starting with Strong Nation. We're going to do Zumba, and we're having circle mobility and a raffle, some prizes. We're going to have a lot of fitness and fun at the Powerhouse Gym in West Bloomfield.
Perfect. Make sure you meet them out there October 26th. Once again, with us right here live on the Splash, Master Trainer, Zumba Education Specialist, Event Co-Coordinator for Zumbathon, Stephanie Halley. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Absolutely. We love to educate and inform our community about the things that are going on locally right here in our greater West Bloomfield area. That being a great cause. If you are a part of the fitness community, physical activity, that'll be a great place to go if you are looking. And like we said, also benefits local cancer patients who are being affected by that during their journey emotionally and financially. So you can go directly to the Facebook page of Powerhouse Gym. Visit them, Powerhouse Gym West Bloomfield on Facebook for more information regarding that. Now, speaking of honoring people who've done things, who are great to the community, I should say, the Heroes Appreciation Breakfast will be held on November 2nd. 2024, West Bloomfield Middle School, honoring veterans and their families for the service. And it's a great event that we want to actually be a part of and support locally right here. So with us right here live on the Splash to give out more details about this event and its purpose, we have the WB Parks from Marketing and Communications Manager, Megan Tahako. How you doing, Megan?
Good morning. I'm doing great. Thanks so much for having me on today.
Absolutely. So let's just talk about it. I gave a little bit of details already, but let's just talk about how the idea of this Heroes Appreciation Breakfast came about, please.
Yeah, so back in, 2018, I guess, our recreation superintendent at the time, Kelly Heyer, who's now our executive director, she really wanted to kind of rethink how we were celebrating veterans in our community. And so she came up with this concept of our Heroes Appreciation Breakfast. And since then, it has just evolved and grown into just a really wonderful community celebration.
Yes, we love that too. And can you just speak a little bit about the evolution of the event, how it has changed from the first year in 2018 BC before Corona to right now, 2024? Yeah.
Exactly. Yep. So back then we were hosted by the Orchard Mall, which was really kind of them to give us their space to host the event. Since then, we've outgrown that space. There's so many veterans in our community, and word has gotten out about how great this event is. So a few years ago, we transitioned over to the West Bloomfield Middle School once that facility was opened. And we included the school district as one of our partners. So it's been really great working with them and hosting the event in a larger space. And that space is just really kind of perfect for this type of event. So it's worked out really well. And we're really grateful that they're allowing us to come in every year and host the event.
Let me tell you, one thing that I like to hear about events that are annual or just, frequent is to hear growth. Oh, man, we had people come. There are so many people. We had to get a bigger venue, or we had to do this. We had to get more sponsors. And I love that because, like we said, we are supporting local veterans, people who have fought for this country, living in our area, and it's just a way to say, hey, thank you for your service and everything that you've done. With us right here live on the Splash from WB Parks Marketing and Communication Manager, Megan Tahako, talking about the Heroes Appreciation Breakfast, November 2nd, 9 a.m., 10:30 a.m., West Bloomfield Middle School. Have you had any, you spoke about it before, about the word going around town about how great it is. Can you just speak a little bit more about maybe some of the feedback you've heard from some of our local veterans about this event?
Yeah, I think the veterans just do feel really appreciated at the event. Everything is completely free for them. We make sure to give them a really nice gift bag every year with donations from the local business community. So the feedback from them has always been really nice. And then also just from a community partnership and our local business partners, from their perspective, I think it's something we look forward to every year. You don't always get the chance to thank a veteran. And this is just a really special event where we get to bring all of our veterans together and just have a great morning of appreciation.
There's something else that I'm seeing here, if I'm not mistaken. You actually have speakers. You have speakers that come there also. First two-part question. First, how do you go about selecting the speakers, and then talk about the importance as to why having a speaker there is valuable?
Yeah, we try to bring in a variety of speakers so that it's not the same program every single year. So this year we're really honored and excited. We have a really high-ranking official from the Michigan Army National Guard. And so there's not really a set process. If anybody knows of any local veterans that maybe might be interested in speaking, we would love to hear from you. We just always try to bring in different people each year to speak to the veterans. This is the first year that we're bringing in an active duty service member, so that's kind of a unique twist that we're doing this year. We also are bringing in a new group to handle our entertainment. So Harmony Town Chorus will be our musical group for this year's event. So I'm really excited to have them as well.
Nice. So and we're looking at some photos on CivicCenterTV.com right now as well. Looks like a great event just looking at that photo alone. This isn't just done by WB Parks though also. So let's speak about the collaboration between WB Parks, the schools, and other local organizations on how this enhances the event.
Absolutely. This is certainly an event that we can't do all on our own. So we're really, really grateful for our partners. We work really closely with the West Bloomfield Township Public Library, West Bloomfield Township, and then the West Bloomfield School District. Those are our three main partners. And then we're also very grateful to have Civic Center TV do a live broadcast of the event every year. I think that's so important, especially for this event, for maybe veterans that are homebound or can't get out of their home to actually enjoy the breakfast. They can at least enjoy it from the comfort of their living room. So those are our four main partners for this event, and we're really grateful for all of their support.
Absolutely. I know we couldn't end this segment without at least mentioning the people who are a part of this and make it possible also, as well as WB Parks. Now, if anyone is watching, listening, hearing about this, and maybe they just want to attend and are not a veteran, or maybe they just want to volunteer, what steps would they take to actually get involved with this?
Absolutely. So if you want to come and just enjoy the program, enjoy breakfast, maybe thank a veteran while you're there, you can register yourself. There is a fee associated with that. If you are looking to volunteer, we certainly do still need some more volunteers for setting up for the event the day before, as well as actually helping to serve our veterans the morning of. So both of those opportunities are available on our website. So if you go to wbparks.org/veterans, it'll get you where you need to be.
Perfect. And before we officially let you go and land our plane, Megan, I want to give you the opportunity again. More details about this event, time, location, date, and any other steps required to attend.
Absolutely. I do also want to just mention all of our businesses that are supporting this event.
Oh, please.
Our costs this year, like everything else, have kind of skyrocketed. So we really asked our local business community to step up and help us offset some of those costs, and they certainly did. So we have 16 businesses that are partnering with us this year to help support this event and allow us to offer it completely free to veterans. So we're grateful to them. I also just want to remind anyone that might be watching at home, you can register by calling our main line, which is 248-451-1900. You can also do it online at wbparks.org. The registration deadline is October 23rd, so please register yourself prior to that. We just have to get all of our counts in so we have enough food ordered for everyone. So please give us a call or register online if you'd like to join us that morning.
Absolutely. Heroes Appreciation Breakfast, November 2nd, 10:30, West Bloomfield Middle School. Once again, from WB Parks, the Marketing and Communications Manager, Megan Tahako, thank you again for your time.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Definitely love talking to our local people of authority who are hosting events like this for our local veterans. We love to see and hear that. Once again, October 23rd is the last day to register for that event for November 2nd. 248-451-1900 is the number you want to call for more information. And we have more information regarding what's going on in the greater West Bloomfield community. That's all coming up. We are live, local, social. It's The Splash Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live. Missed one of our live broadcasts or one of your local municipal meetings? check it out online at civiccentertv.com. Every meeting, show, and interview on demand. Thank you for watching and listening to Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM.
1 in 4 Michigan homes has high levels of radon, a naturally occurring radioactive gas known to cause lung cancer. It doesn't matter where you live or what type of home you have. You won't even know it's there unless you test. So don't wait. Testing is cheap and easy. And if there's a problem, it's simple to fix. Visit michigan.gov/radon to learn more.
We took action. Will you?
Hi, I'm Laura Nazuri, the Park Naturalist Supervisor for West Bloomfield Parks. Congratulations to you, Civic Center TV, for hitting 1 million views on YouTube. We really appreciate your partnership in spreading nature education in a creative way in our community. I'm Laura Nazuri, proud to be 1 in a million.
Good nutrition can help make sure you have enough iron, calcium, and vitamin C in your body, which can make it harder for lead to enter your bloodstream. Help protect your family from the harmful effects of lead.
And now, back to The Splash, live.
Live, local, social, it's The Splash live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. I'm your host for today, Kevin McIntosh. I appreciate you for joining us. And per usual, if you are interested in following us and staying connected with us on all platforms, you can follow us on Facebook, Civic Center TV 15. We are also on civiccentertv.com, AT&T Channel 99, and Comcast Channel 15 to stay connected with us all around. Now, there is a new university that's actually coming to West Bloomfield. That's a unique university in how it is presented. It's a caregiver university, and its services are unique in that it is a seminar. And our very own Tyler Keefe actually talked to 2 of the leaders behind this very helpful seminar to learn more about how it will help you help your kids improve their love of reading.
Reading, such a critical need both in and outside of the classroom. And so the West Bloomfield School District doing its part to support parents as they support their kids' reading efforts all throughout the school year. There's going to be a special event happening in the I Center at West Bloomfield High School on October 23rd to give even more information to our parents and our caregivers of K through 5 students on how they can support their kids' efforts in reading. Joining us to tell us even more about this effort is Sonia James as well as Colleen Mestaw from the West Bloomfield School District. Thank you both for being with us today.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, happy to have you on to talk about this. It's called Caregiver University. It'll be happening again October 23rd in the I Center at West Bloomfield High School. Give us a little bit of a background on the inspiration behind creating this opportunity for parents and why you want to focus on the, quote, Raising Joyful Readers, end quote, initiative.
Well, actually, I'm going to turn it over to Colleen because really she is the brain thrust. As a member of our global equity team, this is one of the initiatives that we felt really passionate about in terms of providing opportunities for our families to be engaged with what we do at school and giving them some tools at home to help to build that home school connection. So I'm going to turn it over to Colleen so she can tell you more about Raising Joyful Readers with Caregiver University.
Thank you. Yeah, so I'm a teacher librarian here in the district and a former classroom teacher, and literacy is just a huge passion of all of us in West Bloomfield. And we really want to be able to support families at home. So we know that students spend a lot of time during the school day reading, but if they go home and they're not independently reading, we know that students then will struggle. And it's so important to make this a joyful time. We want students to fall in love with books. We want them to see themselves in books. We want them to see other people and just really affirm all lived experiences. And so we thought with our GET committee, this would just tie beautifully into our equity mission. And parents get to come. They also get to bring their children. The students will kind of get to go into an activity room and do some awesome book activities and get book bags and decorate and do a lot of fun things, while the parents will stay with us and hopefully we can give them tools to help them build a reading culture at home. And these are just really applicable, easy strategies that they can implement that will hopefully just really give them the time, the access, and choice to build and grow our readers.
And so, Colin, we don't want to give it all away. We want people to show up to Caregiver University and take all these in. But give us a little bit of a preview of what some of these strategies are that really do, as you said, create avid learners both in and outside the classroom that seek those different journeys through books.
Sure. Well, yes, we definitely want you to come. So please join us. But really, when we think about growing readers, there are three main pillars that we'll touch on. The first one is time. So how do we, in our busy lives as parents, I'm a mom as well, how do we find time to read at home? And how do we model that for our children, right? We always kind of have the old adage as parents as they're always watching us. They see what we do. So how can we make sure that we're always carrying books with us when we go to appointments, when we're waiting? How do we make sure that we squeeze in this reading time and we show them what a readerly life looks like? We have to model that outside of school for them to understand that this is who we are as readers. It's not a chore, it's not a job, it's a part of our identity. So we'll talk about how to make time for just simply reading at home. We will definitely talk about the importance of reading aloud and how vital that is as a family. I will give lots of tips if we have multiple children in our home. How do we kind of knock that all out at once? What are some great read alouds, some great inclusive read alouds that we can read aloud to our whole family that would be appropriate for a pre-K student all the way up to a fifth grade, right? Because if you have multiple kids, that's really tricky. And we know how busy families are and we know how busy kids are. So how can we teach them to squeeze in that time? There was a great research study that even 6 minutes of reading a day lowers your stress. So we not only want to get our families getting their kids reading at home, we want the adults reading too, right? Yeah, we want them just all to value this. And, we really make time for what we value, right? We'll talk a lot about access. We're so excited that the West Bloomfield Public Library will be joining us and Schuler's
bookstore.
Yes,
Absolutely.
independent bookstore. If you haven't checked it out, part of our strategic plan in our district is community partnerships. So this is huge to kind of build that connection. And so we want families to know, go to the library. It's free. And those librarians are amazing.
Or just to step foot inside of Schuler's bookstore. That kids section is phenomenal back there as well, too. You can get yourself lost in books in both the public library as well as Schuler's bookstore.
Yeah. And so access matters, right? Listening with our ears counts. Audiobooks count. There are so many ways to get our readers getting that beautiful language in their hearts. And that's really what we're trying to do is, grow our hearts through story and choice. We're going to talk a lot about choice, that kids need to choose what they're reading. It matters. It matters. They will be motivated when they choose. So we're going to talk about valuing all styles of books, all genres, all authors, all creators. And we're going to give lots of good book lists. So I will talk about all the latest and greatest new in children's lit. And we hope we can squeeze this into an hour.
1 hour.
1 hour.
1 hour.
I talk back, so this is good.
Just take an hour of your time for parents and for caregivers to learn a lot about how you can inspire your kids to keep reading going forward and create that inclusive culture of reading too. And Colleen, going back to you on that, how do you believe that creating that culture can actually help both with not only the academic growth of our young kids, but also their personal growth too during these really critical years in their development?
Yes. I mean, I really, truly believe that books can save lives. I think that when we are very careful about the books that we're using, I teach 500 students a week and I see a different class every hour. And so, our position is really unique in the district that we are teacher librarians. We are teaching and we are running a library as well. So, in our area, we're very careful about the books we choose as our classroom teachers. And Sonia and I with the GET committee are working really hard to educate all of our staff to be very, very careful about the books they choose. Because again, we want to affirm the lived experiences of our students. That is so important. And we also want to affirm the lived experience of others who might not live the experience of our students, right? And so that's really important. We want to honor all voices. And honestly, that just builds understanding, compassion, empathy, and it creates amazing humans.
Absolutely.
And that's why we're here.
Exactly.
We're raising great humans.
Absolutely. And then you want to make sure within all of that we're doing is that students see themselves in everything that we do, the books that we're reading, the music that we play, the poems that they read. So students are seeing themselves, they're learning about themselves, but they're also learning about others as well. So everyone is learning about each other, which goes back to your point of creating very empathetic and sympathetic students in terms of just creating good humans.
Yes, and we are so lucky to be in this district. This is why I choose to live here. This is why I choose to work in this district. We are so beautifully diverse and we're so beautifully balanced in our community that it is amazing that we get to celebrate every student who walks in our door.
Yes.
And that's an amazing honor, and it's something that I don't think we take lightly.
Absolutely. And we can accomplish all of that through books.
We can.
We can do that.
Yes, it's a lot easier than I think sometimes people think, right? It's just finding the great books, connecting those with kids and families. And I really don't think there's an adult or child out there who doesn't like reading. I think that truly we just have to find the right book for them.
Right.
And so, Sonia, how does something like this and this effort, particularly on the reading side for our younger kids, both mirror but also support the overall equity and inclusion goals of the school district, something that you are overseeing on a daily basis?
It encompasses all of what we're doing within our equity goals, because this is equity. The work that we're doing, creating those joyful readers where they are reading and learning about each other. Going back again to having our students learn more about themselves, their lived experiences, and affirming what their lived experiences are, as well as learning about others. And that's what the work of equity, that's the work of diversity and that inclusion piece, and finding materials that students find that within this book, I see where I belong. I can have a conversation about this, or I learned something new about the food that Colleen eats at her home, right? Because of a book that I read. So it is equity, it is diversity, it is inclusive in terms of picking up a book and just instilling that joy of reading to our students.
And lastly, for the both of you, what other outcomes or feedback are you hoping to receive from parents or even from students as you engage in Caregiver University in late October?
A good problem to have would be that the eye center is not big enough.
Yeah.
that is our hope.
That's our hope.
But our goal is to, this year, the first time out the gate with it in terms of being very specific and intentional in building that every year we are having a focus where we're engaging our family and our community members. Even if you, in terms of, you may not be the biological parent, you may be a grandparent, you may be an aunt, an uncle, a relative that is caring for the students that we have in our district. We want everyone to feel that this is important work that we're doing here in the district, but it's also important work that we partner with you, and you can continue this at home as well. Too.
I mean, we're here for the students and we're here for the families. And the families know their students best, right? They are the most important person in their lives. And we care for them as if they're our own. But if we can partner with families and have that really strong homeschool connection, that just benefits our students altogether.
Absolutely.
And also, just in case we forget, we are going to have dinner.
Yes,
Did
we
not say that?
That's right.
So yeah,
Pizza
dinner for all the kids and all the families. So, I mean, you get to come as a parent.
Yes.
You get free childcare, free dinner for your whole family.
Right.
You get to come hang out with us and talk about books.
That's right.
What could be better, right?
The joy.
The joy
that you'll leave with, and hopefully the joy that we instill in our families for that evening.
Yeah. And it just hopefully gets that momentum going forward. And we would love to continue to offer this again in the future.
A little dose of inspiration to help you inspire your child to do something productive that will help them both in their personal and their academic lives. Sonia, Colleen, thank you both for joining us today.
You're welcome. Thanks for having us.
And once again, October 23rd is the date for that event, West Bloomfield High School Ice Center Room. You want to RSVP by Friday, October 11th. That's this Friday is when you want to get that RSVP in. For more information, you can visit the Facebook page of West Bloomfield Schools, by the way, West Bloomfield Schools on Facebook. And we have more information to keep you updated, involved, informed right here in the greater West Bloomfield area. We are live, local, social. It's The Splash Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live. Missed one of our live broadcasts or one of your local municipal meetings? Check it out online at civiccentertv.com. Every meeting, show, and interview on demand. Thank you for watching and listening to Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM.
Hello, I'm Chief Mike Patton of the West Bloomfield Township Police Department. We're here to say congratulations to Civic Center TV on their 1 million YouTube views here in the community. We enjoy great partnership with Civic Center TV. They are one of our best community partners. I'm Chief Mike Patton. I'm proud to be one in a million.
And now, back to The Splash Live.
Live, local, social. It's The Splash Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. I'm your host, Kevin McIntosh. Thank you for joining us as we talk about a local business right here in Keego Harbor seeking help and making a difference for some of our four-legged friends. Back in June, we actually spoke to Rachel Shepard from Evolve Yoga on Orchard Lake Road in the heart of the lakes about an upcoming event. It's called Puppy Yoga, an event helping to get shelter pets adopted. It's now back, and it has a new side quest for its actual mission. That side quest is to raise funds to help support a local shelter, and that shelter will be the Make a Difference Rescue located in Detroit. So great side quest that they have with their actual mission, but they are doing things to help local pets and help you actually adopt a pet. You can support during their puppy yoga class. That'll be Sunday, October 13th, 1 p.m. Spots are very, very limited, and you can sign up right now. So please take advantage of that. You can call Laura from Evolve Yoga. That number, listen, 248-343-3468, or she's on Facebook, Evolve Yoga, or visit them on Facebook, like we said, Evolve Yoga Love, Evolve Yoga Love for more information regarding that puppy yoga event that be very unique in Keego Harbor. Speaking of puppies and pets, did you know that it is Pet Obesity Week? I didn't, but we're learning today. And did you also know that over half of domestic dogs and cats are considered overweight or obese? Who would have known that? Obesity is the most common health issue our pets face nowadays and can cause countless other health issues as well. This can lead to serious health issues like joint problems and diabetes. To help prevent diabetes in your pets, increase activity levels and monitor their food intake based on their activity. If you know your pet doesn't get out and exercise as much, try to feed them a little bit less. Cats being carnivores need a low-carb diet, and higher quality ingredients are key for both cats and dogs. That's something you want to keep in mind. Remember, chunky pets may be cute, but obesity can cause a wide range of health problems. We want to thank our friends over at the Premier Pet Supply West Bloomfield for their Facebook post reminding us of that. And you can see that at Premier Pet Supply West Bloomfield on Facebook for more information regarding Pet Obesity Week. Now, just to remind you again, since we are in the fall season and Halloween is approaching, we do have community hay rides coming to Marshbank Park. You can experience the changing seasons over at Marshbank Park while enjoying a 20-minute tractor-drawn hay ride. This will be October 10th and October 17th. Two different opportunities to actually get on this hayride. You'll encounter a few nature knowledge stops along your route. For added adventure, you can take your picnic blanket and find a cozy spot to enjoy some nice cold cider and a seasonal treat. The registration fee is for one time slot and includes a private hayride for your group of up to 30 people, including cider, donuts, and 4 roll-up picnic blankets. For more information regarding that, WB Parks is where you want to go. WBParks.org, or visit them directly on their Facebook, WB Parks as well. We love being the center for everything that you need right here in the greater West Bloomfield area. And that's why we are live, local, and social. It's The Splash Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM.